navel in. It not only strengthens the abs, it supports the lower back. So I'm going to be saying pull your navel in often, but it's not a gulp, it's a tiny pull. Draw your thighs up and then grip your glutes together and kind of clench the pelvic floor, all the muscles in the pelvic floor. Yes, lift your chest and glide your arms down. So this is a very Pilates-centered beginning to anything. And Barre is Pilates and dance put together by a genius dancer. And then you're facing me, perfect. Put your hands to whatever support you're using. I hope it's solid, good. And lift the heels up and down and do that with me for 20. You don't have to count, but you can if you want. It's not a science of counting, so you can let the count go. But we're up halfway. Up, 2, 3, 4. You're going to be feeling this in the lower leg. 5 more, please. Straight up. Try not to lean one way or the other. 5 more after this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if you notice the subtlety, if you're seeing me, that I opened my toes apart even more, my feet. I really felt like I needed to engage my muscles a little more. So you can always do that too. If you feel you're not open enough, just do what works for you with the heels together. Yes, I kept you up here long. Come up higher, higher, high heel toe, we call this, and turn your heels behind your toes. Everything's parallel, forward. Great. Raise your right arm. Let's take a little challenge. Lean into your left foot. You're on the ball of the foot and toes, and wrap your right foot around the left. And now lower lift. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is a weight-bearing load now, and our own weight is our own weight-bearing load. 2 more. 1, 2. Whoo, switch sides. Raise this leg onto the high heel toe. Yeah, really lift that heel. Curve the other foot behind you. Let your shoulders come down. Raise the left arm. Lower lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Classic bar warm-up. 3, 4, 5. Hold that heel up. Go on to the balls of the other foot, and then we're going to do trotting. So keep your toes glued, but do little pedal pushes, as I like to call them, because I think that sounds cute. And keep going, going, going. Try to always try to put a little bit of fun, a little bit of fancy into it, fanciful. I think sometimes we get way too serious in our practices, and I want you to just relax and enjoy. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to step back from where you're standing with your feet parallel. Step back about, figure 2 of your own footprint sizes. 1, 2. Now bend into the front foot. Now, do you feel the heel of your right flat to the floor? If you're not there yet, get there. Then press that heel down as you press the heels of your hands down. You're going to even, if you exhale now, you'll also feel the belly pull in and release. That's an isometric, really strength building. Let's do the other side. Step back, press the heel down, press the heels of the hands down. Really feel like a little vibration in your middle. Good, and come forward and go back to your pedal pushing. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'd like to do some upper body generating work, some strengthening and warm up. So bear with me and come down to the floor. Great. Come into your all fours position where your joints in the arms are stacked under the shoulder and your knees are not as wide as the hands. They're inside. So I like to say measure it with your thumbs. And then your knee should be under the crease of your hip, right here, straight, 90 degrees. Good. It does matter. Now open the knees wider, so they're as wide as your mat, and click the big toes to touch. Then walk these hands, 1 hand print, 2, 1, 2. Turn the hands in and have like a beach ball underneath, in between your arms. Lift those feet. It's worth the setup. You see how my butt is still up? I'm going to sink my hips. Now lengthen my spine. So come into this plank on your knees. Soften the elbows. Maybe walk the hands up a little more away from you. It'll give you better control. And here comes a Pilates push-up. Push down and up. Woo! Inhale, push. 3, 4, keep going. 5, draw that navel in as you press down and up. Inhale, push. Inhale, push. Inhale, bar push-ups. Come on to all fours. Bravo. Tap those toes. Now you're in all fours. We're going to do a really nice stretch. Draw your right arm straight ahead of you. And then the left. And then send your seat back, dropping your chest. Feel the shoulders stretch under the arms even, and all the way down your back. Then walk, 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 and kind of bow down, giving a reset in flex spine. And then come on up to all fours. And if you really hated those, you ain't seen nothing. Wait till you do the triceps. They're worth it. And then we go on to bar leg work. Bring your thumbs. These are just so important for our upper body strength. Bring your thumbs to your side hip. And then turn your fingers out as if this is a dial. Go like this. And watch what happens to the elbows. They come in. Then slide your hands back about a handprint. Bring your feet closest. You're really tight. And then straighten your arms so your seat can lift and rock it. I'd like to say that's the exercise, but it's not. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be bending our elbows and straightening. Bend them and straighten them. Go a tiny bit and straighten. Try not to do this. Keep your hips stable. Press the shoulders back, the elbows back, then straighten them. Push your elbows back, straighten them. When you push the elbows behind you, bending them, then your seat comes down, then you're up. You're down, you're up. Down, down. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sit up. Bravo. Sit up nice and straight, please. Let your hips, the outer hip and the inner flexors, let them go. Raise your right arm and pat yourself on the back. And please make a picture frame. And then bring that arm out and bring it across, turning the head. Then drop that arm. Raise your other arm, pat yourself on the back. Then make a picture frame and hold the breath. Beautiful. Hold that breath and then bring it across and release. Link your fingers behind you like this. So weaving 8 fingers. The thumbs are straight. Glide your thumbs down, and you might have to slide your hands away a little bit for your chest to lift. So you might start here and then lift like that. And then release. Link your fingers the other way. Glide down and do it again. Lifting the chest. So my hands are pushing into the mat to help me lift my chest. I'm on my sits bones. And then release. Beautiful. Join me at the bar. Have your ball close by you. And if you don't have a ball, you can use a like cylindrical cushion, or you can wrap a towel up, or use a block from yoga, or use nothing. Don't let it stop you from the workout. It's just a prop. Right now, we don't need it. Legs together. Toes forward. Bend the knees. Here we go. Quad centered. we're going to keep our spine in neutral. Curve here, curve here. And we're going to pulse, pulse, pulse. So no tucking. Keep your pelvis in neutral. Down, down, down. And everyone has a little different spin on this. Some people's tails come out a little more. Some people's tails come in a little bit. Whatever's natural for you, just let your spine be natural. And 1, 2, 3. And pulse, pulse. Stay pulsed and lift your heels. Here comes the fun. Open, shut them like you have a ping pong ball in between the knees. Just that space. Squish it, squish it, squish it. Or maybe an egg. Crack the egg, crack the egg, crack it, crack it. High heel toes, you got it. Hold it, hold it. We're going to sustain this because we're strong. Down 2, only come up 1. So I'm lowering and really engaging the thighs, then only letting them go halfway, not all the way. Engage, engage, half let it go. Engage, engage more, let only a little go. So we stay in deep muscle engagement. Down, down, let a little go. Down, down, let it go. 3 more. Down, down, let it go. Down, down, let it go. Down, down, hold it, and come up onto your toes. Whew, that takes the breath out of you, and go to your pedal pushing. Pushing those pedals, very nice. Gives the joints a little bit of love. So move everything around, whatever you feel was overly extended and tense. All righty, rock back on your heels. Then open into your Pilates V. Really rub those heels together. Make sure they're starting glued. Beautiful. Lift your chest, lift your toes. Now grip your glutes together. You feel that power in the glutes. Good. We're going to bend the knees. You're going to lose that power. It's okay. Let it go. Let's do it again. Lift and squeeze the glutes. Let it go. Straighten, squeeze the glutes. Let them go. Straighten, squeeze the glutes. Let them go. Straighten, squeeze. Demi-plie. 4 more. Straighten, give a grip. Plie. Give a grip. Plie. Give a grip. Plie. It sounds like I'm saying get a grip. Give a grip. Let it go. Now lift your heels and lower them. I'm going to get your feet ready for the next transition. Keep rolling through the toes and the ball of the foot, really getting your feet ready for support, your ankles strong. 1 more, lift the heels, come down lower, come up tall, lower the heels. Little bend, lift the heels, deeper bend, come on tall, lower the heels. You've got it. Bend the knees, lift the heels, come down deeper, launch yourself up like a rocket, lower your heels. Demi-plie, heel lift, deeper plie, all the way up, lower it. 2 more. Demi, lift the heels, deeper, tall, which is a releve, lower it. Give a little plie, lift those heels, come down deeper, all the way up, lower the heels. Catch and reset. Turn your heels behind you. We're going to keep our legs abducted apart. I like to put a prop in between the thighs, not the knees, because I don't want to make myself bow-legged. And bring the thighs together, gripping the ball, space under the pelvic floor. I see my feet straight under this line. And the toes are forward. Check yourself. Good. Grip the ball if you have it. And bend your knees, keeping that neutral spine. Let's do those pulses. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. It's a warm-up, yeah. Hold it down now. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. Lift your chest again. 3, 4, hold it. Come down a little deeper into that knee bend. Then lift your heels, and here we go. When the heels are up, you're going to come down lower and then all the way up. Lower the heels. Bend your knees, lift the heels, go deeper, all the way up like a rocket. Lower the heels. Bend the knees, lift the heels, sit deeper, releve, lower the heels. Bend the knees, lift the heels, come deeper and stay here and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come up really tall, lower the heels. You feel like you're giving it all to that ball, I know. Bend the knees, try to get the ball out, and come back to your pedal pushing with your legs apart, toes straight. Lovely work. We've got one more position of our footwork for engaging our thighs and sculpting them. So now my legs are in wide second and I'm comfortable. I feel balanced. Feel your comfort level. Should you be closer? Do you need to be wider? Good. Settle down into your simple plie and lift your heels up and down for 10. And 3, we're not pushing down too much yet. 5 more. 5, 4, 3s, 2, hold it. Now come it down deeper. And now pulse for 10. On those high heel toes. 3, 4, lots of power in this position. Lots of range of motion. 2, 3, 4, stay here, lower your heels, lift only the right heel. And pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, twist to the right and tuck the hip, right. 2, 3, 4, 5, lower the heel, stay there, lift the left. Twist to the left and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, and give a tuck. 2, 3, 4, 5, lower the heel, raise the knees to straight, take a breath, and walk your legs almost together. Inside the shoulders, hips and knee alignment, not as wide as the shoulders. Walk back, we're going to stretch. Walk all the way back and lower the chest, keep the seat up. So you look like a number 7. Good. Use the bar for support, and then you can really drop your chest. Use your support. Now bend the knees, feel the thighs engage. Stretch the knees, feel the backs of the legs. Bend, lift the seat. Bend, and this is actually doing just that. This does lift the seat. And lift it, bend, lift it. Oh, we got a stretch and a glute lift all at once. Come to the support, take a breath. I'd like to do a stretch with you to shape these beautiful muscles. So come into Pilates V, and then I start by putting, and you will, put your toes to the back of the other foot and just glide that inside calf until your knees knock. Lift that foot up and find it. Then draw the foot close up till the range of motion finishes moving. Grip your glutes, squeeze them, lift your chest. Beautiful, working everything into the midline, toning all those side muscles. Let it go. Lift the heel, glide the toe behind, glide along that calf, kick, find it, lift the foot till it's fully engaged, and now grip your glutes, feel the stretch all the way through the quads. And release. That was a beautiful stretch. So we use both our support and the mat for this practice. Please join me on the mat. So come down to a seated position. And with your feet and knees a few inches apart and directly in line with one another, put your hands to the shins. And if it's more comfortable for your range of arm length, use your knees. And then think of drawing my chest forward, not the belly. So pull the belly in, draw the torso forward, and lower your shoulders so your shoulder blades glide down to your waistband. Resist lifting the chin because now you're in a long, straight spine. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, just round back as far as you can, tuck that tailbone under you. And then inhale, come back up, and exhale, the chin drops, the arms lengthen, you tuck, scoop, scoop, scoop. Inhale, fill it up. Exhale, scoop it out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, scoop it out. Inhale, exhale. You've got it. Let's flow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more, starting now. Inhale, exhale. Give it to those abs, pull them in and up, stay where you are. Beautiful. Now what I want you to do is inhale as you come forward, staying tucked. Exhale as you lengthen. Inhale, exhale, keep scooping it out, scooping it out, scooping it out. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, stay in the scoop, scoop it out, scoop it out, scoop it out. Inhale, get that breath in. Exhale, scoop, 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 lengthen the arms. Inhale, exhale, let's flow. Inhale, exhale, 3 more. Come forward, push it out. Come forward, scoop it. Inhale, come back and notice where you are on the pelvic girdle. You're not on your sits bones of the seat, you're above them on that bony plate, but you're not on your waistband, not yet. But why don't we go there? So put your palms and forearms to the mat, and now you're there. Yeah. And your feet are still apart, and so are your knees, but we're going to change that. Tap the knees together. Yeah. And keep them together with your feet apart. And we're going to tuck your tailbone and lift it up. Let it go. Give a little tuck. So there's this tilt in your pelvis, these tilts, pelvic tilt. We call them pelvic tucks, but it's a tilt. Tuck it, tuck it, tuck it, tuck it. You're feeling that in the abs? Gorgeous. Separate the knees. Do it again. Tuck it, tuck, tuck. It's a small movement. Just the very bottom of my seat is lifting subtly off the mat. There you go. Now click your heels together. Your feet are in V. Your knees open. Tuck, tuck. Oh yeah, wider hips now. Engaged in this work. As you tuck, hold it here. Go side to side. You feel you're on that bony plate of your sacrum. Good. And your hips, those bones. Let it go. You don't feel pressed into the mat. Glue them into the mat. Let them go. Glue them. Let them go. Glue them. Let them go. One more. You're going to feel these in your ribs later. Glue them. Let them go. Now bring your heels to the very edges of the mat and flex your feet so your toes come off the mat. Drop your knees even more. Press them apart. Hold. And now tuck, 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 tuck. Wow. Wow. Wide hip, open hips, big tucks. You're feeling it across a long bony plate and part of the soft tissue of the hips. That's what you should be feeling. All that is moving. In and up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. 3, 2, 1. Bring those legs together And yeah, we're making our way to the floor. Go to the floor slowly. So bone by bone, vertebra by vertebra, you feel the stretch and the length. Good. Now think about your crown of your head really being pulled in one direction and your shoulders drawing down with your fingers. Beautiful. You can use the ball in between your hands or keep your arms in parallel shoulder width. I'm going to use this circle so you can see where my arms are in relation to my torso. Inhale, lengthen those arms, then tuck the chin as you come up. Inhale back. Exhale up. Stay right here. Now you feel your waistband hugging into the mat. Oh yeah. Bringing the upper, higher. Inhale, working all these tracts of muscles. Yep, the six pack. And come on up. And come on up. You might feel a little challenge to your neck. Yep, the head's pretty heavy. Always tuck the chin first. Two more. A one. This is the last one in this series. And up and bring it back. Lovely. Put the circle down if you have used something like that. And now rock side to side so that you can glide one wrist kind of by your hip to make a little wedge underneath it, and the other. We're not going on top like this. We're just making a little wedge on the sides. Good. Glue your legs together and give that little pelvic tilt, that little tuck. Good. That gives you a tremendously supported spine. Bring one knee in and then the other knee. And we're going to do toe taps. Here's the key. This space from here to here doesn't change like that. So imagine a plate is right here, 2 bars, not letting these legs lift up. So when I drop this leg down, that space doesn't change. When I drop this toe down, the space doesn't change. Pull the ribs nice and supported, and here we go. Right, back, left, back. Right, back, left, pull that navel in and up. Try not to pop the ribs up. Good, the arms are by your sides. Yeah, great for the abs. Your legs are heavy levers. They're heavy weights working the abs. One more on each side. Here we go. And then draw your knees in with your kneecaps and give a double leg hug. Lift the head, neck, and chest to really give a little joy to that lower back. Maybe even rock side to side. Then lower the head. Look to one side. Look to the top. Look the other way. Look to center. And then roll onto the front spine. So you were just in supine position. And in Pilates, we like coming into all positions with our spine. So now you're on your front spine. And you're kind of in a supported position with the arms, but you're not putting anything into the back yet. You're really not putting back work. You're letting the back just stretch for a moment. And get your legs as close as your hips will allow. And as you inhale, press into the mat and lift the chest. Point the toes. Exhale, let it go and come on down. Maybe bring your hands closer to you so you can come down even more. Inhale, push up. Exhale, come down. So I want your hands in a position that when you come up, you still feel that lowest rib pretty close to the floor. Exhale, release. So I shifted my arms. Inhale up. Exhale, release. I brought my elbows down closer to the body. Down we go. Inhale up. Now glide the hands so that the elbows are under the shoulders. And lift up. Let it go. lift up, let it go. Oh, you feel it in the arms. Lift up, let it go. Lift up, hold it. Here comes the glutes. Kick two, right two, left two. Work the backs of the legs and the glutes. You got it. We did a semi-swan, a half swan, and now we're doing beautiful work for the seat and the backs of the legs. Keep going. Your arms should be feeling a little bit tired. That's a good thing. Kick, kick. We've got a lot done. Kick, kick. Kick, 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 kick. One more. Kick, 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 kick. Oh my goodness, beautiful. Now lift, 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 and open your legs wider. Rock your hips. Beautiful. And now bring your elbows a little closer to you and push up so that you can come all the way up. And then come down. And then come all the way up. Legs are apart, so it's easier on your back. Come all the way down. One more. Come all the way up. And then all the way down. Bring your legs back together and bring your arms to your sides. Thumbs should be down. Your nose is hovering over the mat. And think like you're a human torpedo. The top of your head going in one direction, and lift your toes off the mat. Point them in the other direction. They're turned out. And then lift the legs and the head and the arms and let it go. Inhale, lift. Let it go. Pull the navel in. Inhale, lift, and think stretch. Stretch like a torpedo. And let it go. Inhale, lift, stretch in one direction and the other, like a human piece of taffy. Let it go. Pull the navel in. Inhale, lift. Point the toes and fingers in one direction, the crown of the head in the other, and let it go. Beautiful. That was a nice Superman. Hands under your shoulders, push up. Slowly sit back, slowly, slowly, yes. And then sit on your heels and tuck your chin slightly. And let it go. My knees are apart, so my chest is almost inside my knees. My toes are together. And then sit back and roll up so that every movement, every transition is actually an exercise. And come onto your knees. Here we go. We're going to finish up standing. Wow. Start with your feet in parallel. Pretend these are your feet. And separate it. And we are going to start with work for the ledge, part in the rear view, where the rubber meets the road, right here, your smile. I'm gonna lift that smile and make it even a happier smile. Good. So tilt at the hips and put one hand on top of the other, or genie arms, depending on how wide your support is. And then put your chin subtly down and forehead to your hands. Step back so your spine can be long. So I look like this. You got it. Spine is long. Then bend at the knees, pull the navel in, and lift your right heel. The legs are not together. Good. Glide that foot back and then point the toes so the toenail polish is looking at the floor. And then raise your leg up, but you're only raising it to hip height. And then lower it and lift it and lower it. And if you notice, my foot wants to turn out, but I'm not letting it. And that's controlling the hip so that I work the seat right here. Lift, 4 more. 1. This knee's a little soft. Yeah, it helps my back. 3, 1 more. Hold it. Bring that working knee towards your nose and round. I like to hold on to the leg, not under the knee, under the thigh. And then sit up nice, straighten up. Yeah, lots of blood flow there. Not a great thing to press into it. Switch whichever hand you had on top to the bottom. Step back again, lengthen the spine from crown to tail. Pull the navel in, soften your knees, lift that heel. It matters. Then bring that lead toe behind you. Keep these knees still and bent. And then lift the straight leg up and down. 2, 3. Oh, good timing. 4. We have time for everything. And 5. And 4. And Terry, you're getting plenty of workout, even having to stay at your meeting. Up and hold it up. And then bring that knee into your nose. Again, you can use the other arm to pull it up to you. And then let it go and stand and get that vertical line again. So let's get into that vertical line. Have your feet in Pilates V, not a wide turnout, just general. Draw your thighs and knees up. Pull the navel in. Now grip your glutes. Grip them together. Draw your shoulders down. Keep your chin like there's a little egg under it, right in the neck there. Good. Excellent. Now bend the knees. Yep. You lose some of the tension in the seat, but here it comes. Lift your right heel and tap the back of the left heel. You're going to be drawing a line with a long right leg from the back of you on a diagonal. So stretch it, bring it in. 2, bring it in. Keep your torso stable against the movement of that leg. So I'm trying to keep these hips nice and stable. My shoulders down. 3 more. 1, keep this knee bent. 2, stretch it out. Keep that knee bent. Lift your chest. Here we go. We're going to do mini leg lifts. Up. 2. It's like a toe lift. Lift the toe lower. Lift it lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lift. Side seat. Lift, lift. And then bring your knee into you and tuck. Again, you can help that leg. And then lower it. Go into your little pedal pushes. After this next set, we're going to do stretches to end. Promise. Back to your subtle Pilates V. Grip everything in, lift the chest. And then bend the knees. You'll feel the seat lets go, but the rest of the body is strong. Lift your heel, tap behind the foot. Slide it straight, pull it in, right in the minimus and medius muscles. We're making that dancer fist right in the side bun. 4, 5, keep the knee bent. Don't need to be a dancer to do this. 3, 4, 5, not that there's anything wrong with that. Lift your chest and lift. Try not to lean into your hands. Try not to bend at the waist and keep your hips stable. Yeah, of course this hip is moving, but keep this stable. 3, 4, hold it, lower it, bring the knee in and up. Come into your flexion and let it go. Go to your pedal pushing with your toes straight, not turned out. Exhale. Let's do some helpful sculpting stretches. We're going to cross our right ankle over the left, like you're sitting. But now really draw that knee back and then take a seat down as you hinge forward so that the crown of the head one way, remember pulling like taffy, and the seat the other way. Stay in it. Stay in it. Oh, yeah. Then sit back and let's try a little balance, ladies. Take your hands gingerly off the support. Every time you need it, bring it back. And maybe you can get to elbows high, palms pressing. Then release. Lovely. Go back to your pedals. Cross your left over your right and Open that figure four. Try not to turn the hips, just open the figure four. Settle down as you hinge. A hinge means it's coming from the back. It's coming from the hips, not the waist. So we're staying nice and straight. Stay there, stay there. Maybe bend that other knee to get deeper. Then lift the seat higher. Then sit back and find your balance in that one little foot. Press into the midline, pressing your palms together, elbows high. Keep breathing. Grounding ourselves both mentally and physically. Beautiful. Go back to your pedal pushing. The whole energy of the class starts grounding down. Come into what's called triangle legs. Lengthen, lengthen, lift the chest, navel in. Close that pelvic floor. Raise the arms in a T. Inhale, feel the chest expand, not the ribs popping out, the chest expand. Then look to your right, put your left hand to the side of your body. Let that left hand glide down as you watch that right arm come over you like a windmill. Stay here breathing and come back. I wanted to get you into side flexion. Turn the other way, lower that right arm. Let it lead you, but don't press it into your leg. You don't need it. And then come back up. And yeah, we could use a twist. So I want you to make fists, bring your knuckles together. And this is our last thing. Bring your feet closer and parallel and twist to your left a little, then all the way to the right, and 3, 2, 1, to the front. Go a little bit to your right and all the way to your left, and then 3, 2, 1, come to the front. A little bit to your left, all the way to your right, and twist, 2, 3, come back to center. A little bit to your right, all the way to the left, and 1, 2, 3, and center. Bring the arms overhead and open them. And as you open them, keeping your feet in parallel, swan dive with a flat back, your feet out for a closing stretch to the hamstrings. And then kind of fold everything down. The head drops, the arms dangle, the knees bend, but the seat lifts up. Put your hands to your shins, please. Your knees are bent. Bend them even more, even more, even more. Don't lift the head. Instead, turn your head to the right and only straighten the right leg. Bend the knees. Straighten your left and look to your left. One more set. Bend the knees. Stretch and look right. Hold. Bend the knees. Stretch and look left. Hold. We're coming up. How do we come up? Slowly walking up the body, the legs, the body, slowly rippling up to neutral. Draw your fingertips down, draw your kneecaps up, pull your navel in. Take a breath, exhale, draw your shoulders down. Beautiful work. Woo. Happy work, but it is work. Thank you, ladies. Terry, I'm glad you made it back.
Yeah, we had a union meeting and they were going over benefits with HR, so I couldn't leave then.
That sounds pretty important. Jenna, thank you for running this for us today.
Of course. Thank you so much. I'm glad you could all come.
Oh, I'm glad. And thank you for giving me that minute to get my stuff.